The starter Pokemon for Legends EA have been on my mind, and I reckon I could predict what 3 starter Pokemon we may actually receive. Now of course there are 27 starter Pokemon, and 9 of each typing, so let's group up 9 of the starters together, starting off with Fire. Now straight off the bat I'm going to cancel the starters which I'm 90% certain they will not appear in Legends EA. Fuecoco is one of those. Since he is a Generation 9 Pokemon, I can't see them including him in the roster. Second, let's cross out Cyndaquil, since Typhlosion already appeared in Legends Arceus in its new Hisuian form. Now since the game is based on Generation 6, I will cross out Fennekin, as if the Pokemon Company do go in the same direction as they did with Legends Arceus, the game should not have any of the 3 Generation 6 starters, since X and Y is Generation 6. Now here's the interesting part, the 3 main starters I'm assuming will all have completely new Mega Evolutions, meaning it would make sense to have Pokemon in the starter roster which didn't previously have a Mega Evolution. So let's cross out the ones that did, those are Torchic and Charmander. Now we are left with Chimchar, Tepig, Scorbunny and Litten. Personally, if I could choose one out of 4 Pokemon to have a Mega Evolution, it would 100% be Chimchar. But since Chimchar is Generation 4, I don't think they'll use him as one of the starters, as Generation 4 has got so much game time for the past 2 years since the release of BDSP and Legends Arceus. And plus, I just can't see the Pokemon Company designing a Mega Evolution for Chimchar. I mean, I hope I'm wrong because I would love to see it, but I don't think Chimchar is going to be one of those. Now these 3 are left, and since I don't want to just randomly pick one out of the 3 to choose from, I'm going to move on to the grass starters first. Same with Fire, let's cross out Sprigatito, cross out Rowlet and cross out Chespin. Then cross out Trico and Bulbasaur, since they of course also received Mega Evolutions. And last of all, cross out Turtwig, since he is Generation 4, and I just can't see any of the Generation 4 starters receiving a Mega Evolution, apart from maybe Piplup, but we'll get to Piplup in a second. Those are the really obvious ones. So now we are left with 3, Grookey, Chikorita and Snivy. Now again, I don't want to pick out the 3 yet, so let's move on to the water types. Same with Fire and Grass, let's cross out Quaxly, cross out Froakie and cross out Oshawott, then cross out Squirtle and Mudkip, since they of course also received Mega Evolutions, and last of all cross out Piplup, since he is in Generation 4. Although I'm not gonna lie, I could visualize a Mega Empoleon really well. I could see that working, but now we are left with 3, Totodile, Popplio and Sobble. Since we now have 3 of each typing, let's work out and try speculate which ones are actually going to be the starters. The easiest one out of the 3 typings to guess from in my opinion is Grass. Now I do believe out of Grookey, Chikorita and Snivy, that Chikorita and Snivy have more of a chance than Grookey, which means the Grass starter is either going to be Chikorita or Snivy. But going along with the theme of Generation 5, which has been hinted a ton since the release of the Scarlet and Violet DLC, my guess is that Snivy will be the Grass starter for Legends EA. If not, then my second option is Chikorita. Now for the Fire starters, Tepig, Scorbunny or Litten. Now since we've already chosen Snivy, which is a Generation 5 Pokemon, I can instantly cross out Tepig, which leaves us with either Litten or Scorbunny. Now this is going to be a complete guess, but I think it's going to be Litten, as I can see a Mega Evolution design more for Litten than I can see one for Scorbunny, as what would they actually improve on Cinderace if they were to give him a Mega? He's already got a football, so you can't really give him another football. You're going to have to turn him into a goalkeeper or something, you know, so yeah. I don't think Scorbunny is the one. Now for the last starter. Since we've already chosen Litten, I'm going to cross out Popplio, as they are in the same generation, leaving us with Totodile and Sobble. And since we've already had a Generation 2 Pokemon in Legends Arceus, I believe we could potentially get another in Pokemon Legends EA, meaning I'm going to go with Totodile. So yeah guys, these are my 3 starter predictions. But what about yours? Who do you think will appear as a starter in Pokemon Legends EA? Let me know in the comment section below.